Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have brought another important video for you, those who are preparing for HS final this year. So today in this video I will be discussing a very important poem from the alternative English book of HS second year. In this video I will be talking about Strange Meeting by Wilfred Owen. So this is a very important point and thought provoking as well as a bit difficult poem to understand. So let's start the video. So Strange Meeting by Wilfred Owen is a very thought provoking and interesting poem that describes about the futility of war, the uselessness of war. Okay, so in today's world most of the countries, they are involved in conflicts, they are involved in war. Okay, we have witnessed in the last century two of the greatest war, World War I and World War II. Okay, and in this poem we are reading the horrors that a soldier faced during the time of World War I. Okay, so here Wilfred Owen, who was actually a soldier, is describing how the war affects on the minds of a soldier and how it affects the society or a country. So let us study the summary of the poem. So before reading the poem, let us discuss about the poet. Wilfred Owen. So the poet is Wilfred Owen, born in 1893 and died in 1918, is regarded as one of the greatest war poets of the World War I. So World War I or time or ejon greatest poet buli Wilfred Owenok sobe chini pai, sobe jane. Much of his early poems were influenced by the romantic poetry of Shelley and Keats. So at the beginning of his poetic career, literary career, Wilfred Owen used to write the poems influenced by Keats and Shelley. Shelley aru Keatsor pora inspired hoisile aru tekhetor poem bilak romantic in nature asile. Okay, Siegfried Sassoon, important name, please remember it. It will be important for your 1 marks question. So Siegfried Sassoon, a contemporary poet of Wilfred Owen, encouraged him to apply his own experiences as a soldier and helped him in developing his own unique style and voice as a war poet. So Wilfred Owen had a very good friend, Siegfried Sassoon, who was also a poet. So he inspired Wilfred Owen actually to write about his own experiences during the war or time of tar nijor juntu byaktigoto experience asil he experience khini byabohar kori kobita likhibo karone Siegfried Sassoone Wilfred Owenok inspire korisile aru tekhete hejon manu asile june niki Wilfred Owenor juntu unique style he unique style to develop koribo karone tekhetok help korisile. Some of the central themes in the poetry include death and suffering, psychological trauma and the futility of war. Very important words, please do remember these words, it will help you to form your answers. So Wilfred Owen or most of the poem, they are based on the wars, war or time of based hoy, war or consequence bilakor uporot based hoy, and that is why we can notice some of the important themes in his poem that are death, suffering, psychological trauma and the futility of war. His first collection of poetry titles Poems, tekhetor prothom kobita puthir naam ki asile, poetry collection or naam ki asile Poems, published in 1920, 2 years after his death. Tamane tekhetor deathor pisothe poems bilak ki hoisile publish hoisile aru first poem publish hua poem to ki asile Poems naam. Some of his most popular poems, Dulls at Decorum, please remember this name, Dulls at Decorum is the same collection of poems where this strange meeting appear. Okay, Anthem for Doomed, Youth, Futility, Strange Meeting, these are some of the important poems that Wilfred Owen wrote. Okay, famous poems by Wilfred Owen. Wilfred Owen died in action during the World War I on November 4 at the age of 25. Aru Wilfred Owen or November 4th at the age of 25 death hoisile during the time of World War first choli asile aru World War or battle tekheto ejon soldiers hisabe participate korisile. Okay, he was involved in that war as a soldier and he died during the war as well. He warot tekhetor mittu boronu hoisile. Etia ami Strange Meeting or background to Silong je Strange Meeting to actually kihor uporot based hoy. To the Strange Meeting written in 1918, is one of Wilfred Owen's most haunting and thought-provoking poem. So it is regarded as one of the most terrifying and thought-provoking. That means it will make you to think. আপোনাক চিন্তা কৰিব কাৰণে বাধ্য কৰি দিব তেনেকুৱা এটা poem হয়. The poem depicts a surreal encounter between two soldiers from opposing sides. Poem টোৱে কি describe কৰিছে? A surreal encounter of the two soldiers from opposing sides. এটা unrealistic encounter মানে meeting between the two opposing soldiers. দুটা বেলেগ বেলেগ আৰ্মিৰ soldier meeting হৈছিলে, unrealistic way meeting হৈছিলে, তাক describe কৰিছে. Meeting after that in hellish underworld. ক'ত লগ পঢ়িছে তেওঁলোকে? hellish underworldত লগ লাগিছে. That means hellত লগ পাইছে. The title suggests a confrontation that transcends the battlefield, exploring the shared humanity of both soldiers despite the war that divided them in life. তো এই পয়েমটোত আমি কি পাম যে তেওঁলোকে unexpected circumstance ইজনে আনজনক লগ পাইছিলে আৰু যেতিয়া লগ পালে they had an confrontation. ইজনে আনজনৰ লগত কথা পাতিলে and during their conversation it is came out that both of them have a shared humanity. দুজনৰ humanity টো একে আছিলে, thoughts একে আছিলে, hopes বিলাক একে আছিলে, okay, একেটা desire, একেটা dreams আছিলে, okay. তাৰপিছত despite war made them separate, made them enemy. War তেওঁলোকক enemy বনোৱাৰ উপৰিও they were enemy to each other, but yet they have the same kind of hopes, same kind of dreams as well. Owens believes that war turns men who are essentially the same into enemies. So Owenor মতে কি কৰে? war এটাই দুজন একে নিচিনা একে চিন্তাধাৰাৰ মানুহকো কি বনাই দিব পাৰে? enemy বনাই দিব পাৰে, শত্ৰু বনাই দিব পাৰে, with tragic consequences. আৰু এই warৰ consequences কি নেকি? tragic, বৰ ভয় লগা. The poem is often interpreted as call for understanding and recognition of the shared humanity among all people even in times of conflict. আৰু poemটোৱে actually কোনটো কথা কোনটো message দিব খুজিছে যে no matter how many people are involved in war, all the people are actually humans and they all have the same kind of humanity, same kind of thoughts and dreams regarding their life. তেওঁলোকৰ life আৰু humanity খিনি একে হয়, though they are fighting from the opposing side, though they are enemy in the battlefield, কিন্তু তেওঁলোকৰ humanity to কি হয়? same হয়, একে নিচিনা হয়. So let's read the poem now. Strange Meeting by Wilfred Owen. It seemed that out of the battle I escaped down some profound dull tunnel long since scooped. So the narrator is saying here যে somehow he escaped from the battle and he reached into a tunnel. He ক'ত আহি পালে? tunnel এটাত আহি পালে. He battleৰ পৰা escape কৰিলে, ওলাই আহিল and he suddenly found himself inside a tunnel. আৰু tunnelটো কেনেকুৱা আছিলে? It was profound dull tunnel. Profound means very deep and dark, without any light, without any ray of hope. কোনো hope নথকা বহুত stark dark এটা tunnelত গৈ পালে. And that tunnel long since scooped, বহুত আগতে যেন ইয়াক কি কৰা হৈছে? dug up কৰা হৈছে, তেনেকুৱা এটা ancient বহুত পুৰণা tunnel যেন লাগিছে. Through granites which Titanic wars had groined. আৰু tunnelটো কিহৰ মাজত বনোৱা আছিলে? It was made under the granites, made in between the granite shields, granite or stoneৰ মাজত আছিলে. And that tunnel is made out of the Titanic war. ইয়াতে Titanic war is a reference of World War War কথা কৈছে, World War Iৰ reference দিছে, okay. তো Titanic warৰ পৰা এই tunnelটো create হৈছে, dug up কৰিছিলে চাগে কোনোবাই বহুত দিন আগত, and somehow I found myself inside that tunnel which was very dark. Yet also there encumbered some sleepers groaned. Yet though it was a dark tunnel, there were some sleepers at that moment and who are groaning, actually crying in pain. Painot kandi asile, painot dukh কষ্ট কৰি আছিল, তেনেকুৱা কিছুমান স্লিপাৰক দেখা পাইছিল. স্লিপাৰ মানে শুই থকা মানুহক দেখা পাইছিল. দে মাইট বি ডেড বডিজ অফ দ্য সোলজাৰ্ছ বিলাকৰ ডেড বডি হ'ব বা ডেড হিউমেন বিংছ হ'ব. টু ফাষ্ট ইন থট অৰ ডেথ টু বি টায়াৰ্ড, তেওঁলোক মে বি দেখা তেনেকুৱা লাগিছিল যেন দে আৰ ভেৰি ডিপ ইন দেয়াৰ থট অৰ দে আৰ ডেড, তেওঁলোক ডেড হৈ গৈছে, ডেথত আছে, আৰু যেন তেওঁলোকক মই টায়াৰ্ড কৰিব পৰা নাছিলোঁ, মোৰ এৰাইভেলে তেওঁলোকক ডিষ্টাৰ্বো কৰা নাছিলে. দে আৰ নট ডিষ্টাৰ্বড, okay, মোৰ এৰাইভেলত তেওঁলোক ডিষ্টাৰ্ব হোৱা নাছিল. দেন এজ আই প্ৰবড দেম, তো যেনেকৈ মই তেওঁলোকক কি কৰিলোঁ ওৱান বাই ওৱান প্ৰবড কৰিলোঁ প্ৰব মিনছ চেক কৰিলে ওৱান স্প্ৰেং আপ এজন থিয় হ'ল এজন উঠি গ'ল তাৰ পৰা এণ্ড ষ্টেয়াৰ্ড উইথ অ পিচিয়াছ ৰেকগনিশ্যন ইন ফিক্সড আইজ আৰু মোৰ ফালে কি কৰিলে ষ্টেয়াৰ কৰিলে চকু ডাঙৰ ডাঙৰ কৰি মোৰ ফালে চাব ধৰিলে এণ্ড এনেকৈ চাব ধৰিছেন যেন এজ ইফ হি ৱাজ ইন হিজ আইজ দেৰ ইজ পিটি আছিলে দুখ আছিলে মোৰ কাৰণে চিম্পেথি আছিলে এণ্ড এজ ৱেল এজ হি ৰেকগনাইজড মি যেনেকৈ মোক চিনি পাইছে সি যেন উই ৱেৰ অল্ড ফ্ৰেণ্ডছ হু ৰেকগনাইজ আফটাৰ আ লং টাইম মিটিং চামৱেৰ in a different place okay tenekwa jen asile jen muk chini paisil but in his eyes there is pity lifting distressful hands as if to bless aru nijor distressful hath to uthaisile sad hand to uthaisile in order to bless me as if he wanted to bless me muk bless koribo karone and by his smile I knew that sullen hall aru tar juntu smile asile which was very different and a smile to pora moi ki gom palu I actually remember where I was মই ক'ত আছিলোঁ I actually recognized that hall his sullen head dark hall took মই চিনি পাইছিলোঁ by his dead smile I knew we stood in hell আৰু তাৰ সেই dead smile দি মই কি গম পালোঁ that we were actually standing in hell আমি ক'ত থিয় হৈ আছোঁ hellত থিয় আছোঁ he realized that okay that means that soldier is dead okay so they were meeting each of them after the deathৰ পিছতহে লগ পাইছে তেওঁলোকে ক'ত লগ পাইছে in hellত লগ পাইছে Next, with 1,000 fears that Vision's face was grained and in his face I could visibly see thousands of fears. Hey manutor face ot ki asile bahut bhoy asile aru hey bhoy bilak tar face ot grained hoy asile jen khumai asile yet no blood reached there from the upper ground but the poet was surprised the narrator was surprised je why he was afraid why there is a sense of layer of fear in his face because there is no blood in here yate to kuno blood nai yate kuno blood ahiye poa nai so why he is so much afraid then and no guns thumped yate kuno gunsoru sound hi poa nai or down the flues made mourn aru he bombor kuno sound nai gunor kuno sound nai he battlefield or kuno yate effect to ahi poa nai so he manujon iman afraid kyo iman bhoy kyo tar face ot moi he bhoy to mane he was very terrified so moi hetu kyo dekha palu তো তেতিয়া পয়েট এটা কলে স্ট্রেঞ্জ ফ্রেন্ড আই সেড হিয়ার ইজ নো কজ টু মর্ন যে ইয়াতে তো কোনো দুখ নাই কোনো কারণ নাই কোনো রিজন নাই মর্ন করিব কারণে দুখী হব কারণে why you are sad why you are so much afraid then the other person replied none said the other save the undone years the hopelessness so that strange friend that strange person the other person he actually told the poet that actually there is none to mourn here but why I am sad why I am mourning moi dukhi kyo asu because of the undone years that are left behind moi jibtu khomoy juntu bosor moi jiabo nuarilu moi basi thakibo lagisil he bosor tu je moi aru jiabo nuarilu tar babe mur beya lagisil and it is a indication that that soldier might have died very young khub kom boyokhote mori goisil sage this is an reflection this is an signal of that hopelessness mur hitur karone ki ase monot hopelessness ase that I have so many hope I have so many dreams I have so many things that I have planned in my remaining years but alas I could not do all of that moi hiblak koribo noarim and that is why I am sad whatever hopes is yours was my life also tumar jibilak hopes asile tumar jibilak desires dreams asile he dreams kini muru asile yate ki bujaise that both of them shared same kinds of hopes and same kinds of humanity clear I went hunting wild after the wildest beauty in the world which lies not calm in eyes or braided hair so while I was alive I was actually hunting I was actually running after to get the wildest beauty moi wildest beauty pisphale dori furisilu aru he beauty pisphale dori furisilu juntu beauty calm eyes ot napai juntu beauty braided hair ot napai beautiful girls or sokut napai beautiful girls or braided hair ot napai he beauty pisphale moi dori furisilu moi bisari furisilu he beauty tu but mocks the steady running of the hour and if it grieves richlier than here aru he beauty to mocks the time he time to yate juntu time he time ok actually hahe he beauty to moi bisari purisilu he beauty to jodi dukh kore tetia hole yate juntu dukh yatkeu beshi dukh সেই বিউটিটোৰ তাৰমানে তো সেইটোক মই বিচাৰি ফুৰিছিলোঁ একচুৱেলি ইয়াতে পয়েটে কি বিচাৰিব খুজিছে যে সেই চলজাৰে কি ক'ব খুজিছে যে যোনখিনি গুড ডেজ গুড অল্ড ডেজ মোৰ মানে হেপিনেছত মই আৰু বহুত কিবা কিবি কাম কৰিম বুলি থাকি গৈছিল সেই কামখিনি মই কৰিব নোৱাৰিলোঁ সেই কামখিনি সেই হোপছখিনি সেই ড্ৰিমছখিনি সেই পিচখিনি সেই পিয়ৰিটি অফ লাইফখিনি মই পাব নোৱাৰিলোঁ যাক ইয়াতে বিউটি বুলি কৈছে which are left behind মোৰ পিছফালে মই এৰি থৈ আহিলোঁ okay next paragraph to next stanza to sound for by my glee might many men have laughed so if I were alive my laugh would have made many people laugh যদি মই বাসি থাকিলো হয় মোৰ হ্যাপিনেছে দি মই বহুত মানুহক গ্লি মিন্স কি হ্যাপিনেছ মোৰ হ্যাপিনেছে দি মই বহুত মানুহক কি কৰিব পাৰিলো হয় I would have make them laugh মই তেওঁলোকক হ্যাপি কৰিব পাৰিলো হয় and of my weeping something has been left and I am sure যে মই যেহেতু now I am weeping here now I am here in the hell something has been left behind কিবা এটা মই পিছফালে এৰি থৈ গৈছো to remember me which must die now কিন্তু হেতু সাগে এতিয়া মৰি যাব মোৰ লগত শেষ হৈ যাব I mean the truth untold yes I am sad because there is a very important truth that is yet to be untold যোনটোক নেকি ক'ব নোৱাৰিলো মই যোনটোক মই ক'ব নোৱাৰিলো তেনেকুৱা এটা ট্ৰুথ এতিয়াও থাকি গ'ল হেইটোৰ কাৰণে মোৰ দুখ লাগিছে ট্ৰুথটো কি very important line the pity of war distilled actually ইয়াতে আমি পয়েমৰ থিমটো পাম okay যে পয়েমৰ থিমটো কি যে the effect or consequences of war তো এই warৰ consequenceটো কি হেইটোৱে হেই ট্ৰুথ আছিল যোনটো হেই মানুহটোৱে কৈছে যে it was left behind it was untold it remained untold no man will go content with what we spoiled কোনো এটা মানুহে কি কৰিব নোৱাৰিব আমি যি স্পইল কৰিলো আমি যি বেয়া কৰিলো nobody will go content কোনো এজন মানুহে satisfy ইয়াৰ পৰা হৈ না যাব or discontent boil bloody আৰু যিবিলাক discontent হয় যিবিলাক unhappy হয় তেওঁলোকে আৰু বেছি খং কৰিব that means those who are still involved in the war মানে তেওঁলোকৰ friends তেওঁলোকৰ comrades বিলাক যোনবিলাক warত এতিয়াও আছে কিছুমান কি হ'ব কিছুমান content হৈ ঘৰত গুছি যাব কিছুমান কি হ'ব discontent হৈ থাকিব unhappy হৈ থাকিব আৰু তেওঁলোকে আৰু বেছি খং কৰিব আৰু এবাৰ কি কৰিব তেওঁলোকে ব্লাড স্পিল কৰিব কাৰণে আকৌ ওলাই যাব ব্যাটলফিল্ডত they will be swift with the swiftness of the tigress তেওঁলোকে এতিয়াও ফাইট কৰিব and they will be swift they will be fast like a tigressৰ নিচিনা কি হ'ব ফাস্ট হ'ব none will break ranks though nations track from progress and nobody will realize যে by involving themselves into war by engaging themselves into war they were actually taking their nation away from progressor pura durot loi jai ase backwardot loi goi ase courage was mine and I had mystery wisdom was mine and I had mastery so when I was alive মই যেতিয়া বাসি আছিলো I was very courageous I was very wise I had mystery মোৰ বহুত কব লগা থাকি গল বহুত কৰিব লগিয়া কাম থাকি গল that means ইয়াতে কি রিফ্লেক্ট কৰিছে potential of the soldier that soldier was very capable person very able person he was very wise and if he were alive he would have done many important things that would have contributed to the progress of the country progress ot help korile hoy but he etia koribo nwaribo that is why he was sad so here he was actually telling the poet that why he was sad why there is a layer of sadness in his mind why he was mourn kyo kori ase sad kyo hoy ase hetur kotha yate actually he reveal korile next to miss the march of this retreating world yes I will definitely miss ki miss korim moi retreating world pisphale jai thoka backward jai thoka world to moi march koribo dekha na pam yes I am sad for that ke juntu world happy hoy ase nijoke involved kori war they were actually going backward aru hey backward jai thoka world tuk moi dekhibo noarim that is what I will miss and that is what pains me into vain citadels that are not walled তেওঁলোকে এনেকুৱা এটা vain citadelot যায় আছে তেওঁলোক ভাবিছে যে এটো citadel হয় citadel means কি ancient time ত হে হাউস বিলাক চাৰিওফালে কি আছিল secured আছিল so that people can live inside them and protect themselves from the enemy hey ghor bilage protect koribo paribo but now this war have taken them into those citadels which are vain which are useless and they are not even walled sarifale ki nai walled nai that means they are vulnerable now then when much blood had clogged their chariot wheels I would go up and wash them from sweet wells to teuluke etia backward jai thakute juntu chariot ot jabo juntu vehicle ot jabo hey vehicle to kar upor di jabo amar blood di jabo the blood of the soldiers like ours aru hiyotor bloodor uporti jetia jabo their wheels will be clogged wheels keta ki hoi jabo jam hoi jabo aru jetia jam hoi rokhi jabo their chariot will stop I will go up then moi tetia uthi jam and I will wash that chariot wheel I declog them moi declog korim by the well sweet well or pora ki well even with the truths that lie too deep or faint moi hey whalor pora hey teulukor chariot keta wash korim juntu whalot ki hidden hoy ase truth hidden hoy ase juntu teuluke realize kora nai juntu truth ami etia gom paisu after that what war has caused or what war can do war ki koribo pare hey truth di moi teulukor wheels keta ki korim wash korim I would have poured my spirit without stint moi mur pura spirit to কি কৰিলো হয় লগাই দিলু হয় without any hesitation মই পুৰ এনাৰ্জি টু লগাই দিলু হয় but not through wounds not on the cess of war warৰ খেখটো নহয় মই মানুহক কি নকৰিলো হয় হাম নকৰিলো হয় wounded দি মই একো কাম নকৰিলো হয় foreheads of men have bled where no wounds were এতিয়া তেওঁলোকে ৰিয়েলাইজ কৰিছে এতিয়া আফটাৰ ডেথ বা ওয়াৰৰ পিছত যেতিয়া ওয়াৰটো শেষ হৈ যাব এন্ড হৈ যাব yes there will be no wounds on the body of the soldier but they will be bleeding teuluk bleed koribo teulukor tej ulabo ki tej ulabo that they will be psychologically traumatized they will be psychologically injured or wounded psychological wound eta ahibo teulukor war or impact of that those who will be alive who will remain alive they will lose many of their friends many of their comrades and this will terrorize them throughout their lifetime teulukor gutei jibon to terrorize koribo ei waror scene bilage teulukok haunt koribo so yes war will stop one day war will cease one day ses mane stop hua ses hobo okay to tetia tothapiu soldiers bilak thakibo they will also bleed then but teulukor forehead ot ki na thakibo kono wound na thakibo I am the enemy you killed my friend and at last that strange person he revealed that I am the enemy that you killed my friend poetok narratorok realize korale je muke tumi marisila moi heijon enemy e hoy junjoniate thio hoy ase tumar samukhot I knew you in this dark for so you frowned moi tumak signify goisulu এই ডাকটো এই ডাক টানেলটো মই তোমাক সিনিফাই গৈছিলো কেতিয়া যেতিয়া তোমাৰ ফ্ৰাউনিং আইজ কেটা মই দেখা পাইছিলো okay yesterday through me as you jabbed and killed yesterday tumie muk ki korisila through me you jabbed and killed me muk jab korisila hanisila and you murdered me you killed me okay I parried but at that moment I froze moi froze hoy goisilu moi para nasilu my hand stopped I couldn't fight with you moi tumar logot fight koribo noailu but my hands were loath and cold mor hat tu godhur hoy goisile and cold thanda pori goisile let us sleep now so now what happened as you are also dead like me je juakali muk tumi marisila now your fate is also similar to me tumar fate to more nisnai hol you have also reached the same place as I am now let us go to sleep now so there is no point of discussing about anything else we have left everything behind we have left the many years that we should have lived hey life to ami eri thoi ahilu and there is no point of regretting or talking about it so I have told what you have to know about the destruction about the consequences of war now let us go to sleep both of us bola ami etia hui jao and that is where the point ends so a very beautiful very thought provoking and interesting point that actually tells us that what war can cause okay let us read now about some of the important key themes the first theme is futility of war so futility of war means ki uselessness of war war ki nai kono point nai futile hoy war to Owen's presents war as a futile exercise ki boli koise Owen ki dekhaise je war to futile hoy je war e progressor pora amak deviate korise amak many lives were lost many potential youths will lose their life in the war so there is no point in the war or kono point nai war is futile causing immense suffering and loss without any real purpose kono purpose nai war or aru e rather ki cause kore suffering and pain cause kore the poem conveys that nothing of value comes from the senseless violence only the death of countless individuals so war e ki korise senseless violence create korise aru only ki create korise death of the countless individual bahut manuhor death to he create korise and nothing else it has done next key theme is shared humanity that those who are involved in war they all share the same kind of humanity share kore. Despite being enemies in life, the narrator and the soldier he killed realize they share a common fate. Je teoluk enemy hoise kintu teolukor fate to eke. Both of them died in the war. In that the distinctions between friend and foe vanish aru deathor pisot friend and enemy distinction to ki hoi jay nohua hoi jay. That means everyone becomes same, revealing that all soldiers are victims of the same tragic circumstances. aru etu reveal korise je jiman soldier ase sobore eketa circumstance hobo, eketa fate hobo. They will all die one day and they will all go to hell. Lost potential is another theme. Lost potential means ki hey soldiers bilakor bahut potential asile, they would have contributed to the progress of the society, progress of the country, but now they are dead. All their potentials are in vain. Owen emphasizes the idea of unrealized potential by focusing on the lives that were cut short. The dead soldier laments that unfulfilled dreams and contributions he and others could have made it not for the war. So teoluke warot nijor life to lose kori ki korile, teolukor junkhini potential, junkhini capability asil, hey capability khini teoluke kamot logabo paile hoy, but now it is useless. Okay, next theme is the horrors of war. War is a very damaging and horrifying experience. Okay, hetur kotha yate reflect korise. War is depicted as grotesque and inhuman. Grotesque means terrify and inhuman buli koise warok. The speaker's descent into the underworld, speaker e jetia underworld goi pale, like setting suggests the hellish experience of battle and its aftermath. Ya কি শো কৰিছে যে ব্যাটেলৰ এক্সপিৰিয়েন্সটো দেখাইছে, ব্যাটেলৰ আফটাৰমাথ পিছৰ সিচুৱেশ্যনটো ইয়াতে দেখাইছে, ৰিফ্লেক্টিং দ্য ইমোশনাল এণ্ড ফিজিকেল ট্ৰমা এন্ডিয়ৰ্ড বাই দ্য সোলজাৰ্ছ. আৰু পয়েমটোৰ থ্ৰুৱেদি ওৱেনে কি শো কৰিছে যে এজন সোলজাৰৰ ওপৰত ফিজিকেল এজ ৱেল এজ মেণ্টেল ট্ৰমাটো কেনেকৈ ইফেক্ট কৰিব পাৰে সেইখিনি আমি দেখা পালোঁ. ৰিকনচিলিয়েশ্যন ইন ডেথ. Okay, the poem suggests that peace and reconciliation can only be found in death. Je poet etu show koribo khujise je peace can only be achieved, reconciliation, realization can only be achieved at the end of death. Deathor pisot he hitu manu hoy pai. While war divides people in life, war e ki korise manu bilakok life or divide korise, death unites them, kintu death e ako hiot kejonok ki korise eklog korise, albeit tragically, kintu do tragically unite hoise. After that nobody is happy dying, no ne, to tragically teoluk unite hoise. There is a sense of irony that true understanding comes too late, only after both lives are lost. aru yate eta irony reflect hoise je amar actually true understanding, asol understanding to bujat bujitu ketia ahe, morar pisot ahe, when we lost something. jetia ami kiba eta lose koru, herai pelao, tetia he amar he understanding to hoy je আচ্ছা একচুয়ালি এইটো হ'ব পাইলে হয় বা এইটো কৰিব পাইলো হয়. সো ইট শোজ এন আইৰনি শো কৰিছে. নেক্সট লাষ্ট পইণ্ট ইজ দ্য ইনেভিটেবিলিটি অফ ডেথ. ইনেভিটেবিলিটি মিন্স পাৰ্মানেন্স অফ ডেথ. So if you are involved, if you are a soldier and involved in war, then there is a certainty, there is a surety that you will one day meet your death. Tumi edin mittu mukhot poribai, and that is the only truth, that is inevitable. Owen portrays that as an inevitable outcome of war. The poem explores the thin line between life and death on the battlefield. To battlefield dot life and death or majot ta thin line eta ase, eta সামান্য এটা লাইন এটা আছে. and the speaker's encounter with the dead soldier shows how close they all are to this fate. আৰু ইয়াতে সেই স্পিকাৰৰ এনকাউন্টাৰে হিটো বুজাইছে যে যোৱাকালি তেওঁলোকে দুটা ৱাৰত ইনভলভড আছিলে, one person killed the other one and now they are all together. on the second day এদিন পিছতে তেওঁলোক একেলগে হেলত আছে. সো সেই বেটেল ফিল্ডত ডেথ আৰু লাইফৰ মাজত এটা ফাইন লাইন আছে. Okay, এই লাইনটোৰ কথা ইয়াতে ওৱেনে ৰিফ্লেক্ট কৰিছে যে in any given moment you are alive or in the second moment you will be dead in the battlefield. Okay, and all that potential, all that you have dreamed about, all the hopes that you have will all go in vain with your death. Okay, so that is what the poem actually expressed. I hope these key themes is really going to help you in build your answers. aru exam otu apnalokor jodi questions ahe enoka point bilakor upot question ahibo to kindly remember these key themes. Okay, So I hope you have clearly understood the poem very well, and if you have any doubt or confusion regarding any lines or phrases of this poem, please comment down below. I will really try hard to solve or give you the right answers of your questions. So thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, share it, and please subscribe my channel for more such contents. Thank you very much.